see everybody here this morning. Before we get, I'll go ahead and call this meeting in order. I'd like for everybody to stand, and I'm gonna ask the Representative Bill West if he'll lead us in a word of prayer. And everybody stay standing, and we'll do pledge of allegiance.
Father, we just thank you today, God, for your goodness and mercy. We thank you for this hearing, God. We ask you to just lead, guide, and direct in every way. Lord, I ask you to give us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to make the right decisions, Lord, to be pleasing unto you and all the people. And Lord, we just ask you, God, for your blessing to be upon all of us today. Thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before we get started, I got a few things to add to the agenda. Number 18 will be David Carpenter to consider a raise. Then the next one will be pay Joel Gross his incentive pay in amount of $32.79.72.
How much?
$32.79.72. And then the next thing will be consideration approval to give the clerk's office $10,000 in advance loan and to be paid back in March. And then the next thing is for Commissioner Court, Water District. And you don't have anything to add to it?
It doesn't. We have a transfer from federal account to the road account. The amount of $117,547.50.
And that's federal, that's a FEMA loan, right?
Yeah, the FEMA 4358 payment, that transferred. And then I need 23 would be discuss payments for the Magistrate District 2. So
Did I say that again?
Discuss payments for Magistrate District 2 would be for Royal's last check and then Oakley's first check.
Okay, and I've seen Breathitt and Wolf. Y'all need to, you got something to put on the agenda?
That's fine. You want to put it on?
Do you need to do that early instead of waiting?
It would be great.
Okay.
Actually, that's why I sit here, I have to get out.
So we'll do that first.
If that's okay with you.
And let's see, Bill Wesley, I'll kind of bump you up to, you want to address the court
Yes, sir.
on road adoption, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I guess that's it then.
Did you add my line item amendment, Matt?
Oh, no, we've got that. Yeah, we need to amend the 2021 clerk's budget.
Do it now.
Amend the 2021 clerk's budget.
2021,
Yeah. Not this one sheet that's coming up, like,
the previous calendar year, right? CR 21. Okay, we'll go ahead, if you want to, Breathitt, we'll go ahead and address the court with whatever you want to speak on that way. Y'all can go ahead.
Mostly what I was in here for was the grant every year, it's our term. I just want to let you guys know that we are applying for a CPR device to help out. It's that $10,000 pass-through grant that all the counties get. And you had spoke briefly with the judge the other day about we're still in line for this building out here, is that correct? Okay, I mean, we're still ready for it?
The monitoring building you're talking about?
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead then, I'll go ahead and address it too.
Yeah, we're still waiting on that. Whenever you guys are ready, we're ready to move. I've even stopped our people, we're rearranging some stuff. I said, no, we're gonna be moving in a month or so, and let's wait and do the other one. Another thing, just because we're in the court here, if there's issues, please call. We talked to this gentleman here for just a moment. Some things I don't know about, unless you guys let me know about it, and that's just for the general public as well. You can always call our dispatch.
What do you pertain to, some other,
Yeah, I just had he just had a concern regarding a run between, I think, I'll leave it, a concern regarding a run, and I'll look into it. Didn't know anything about it until he brought it up.
okay, I'm not aware of it either. Matter of fact, I ain't heard a thing.
That's the one that burns us up on Facebook, is that what it is?
Yeah, that one.
No, it's a different one.
Facebook.
Yeah, I don't really pay attention to that Facebook stuff. However, if you've got issues, call our dispatch, they'll get a hold of me.
I did reach out to the family on that.
Oh, yeah, this is
The
the
one on
one.
Facebook.
Okay,
So
so
it's
you got
it's hitting you pretty hard.
Would you elaborate on that, the one you're talking about the ones on Facebook, about the transport?
The transport,
Yeah.
Hospital?
yeah, I called and I spoke with a family member personally yesterday, and we talked and kind of made agreements, you know, and apologized and everything, you know. I mean, it was just a timing issue. It was during our transition of workers, and then on top of that, we had unexpected the two that didn't show up, so we was already in the form of trying to get people to come in, and within an hour and a half, we had people to cover those positions. But unfortunately, and they was even Breathitt County people, you know, that didn't come. I mean, we've even stressed out to get people to show up for work, not just handing out money for raises, because people can live on a base, and then if they get more money on the hour, they might not want to work as many, you know, they might not show up as much. So we done added an incentive pay to get people, if you come to work, then at the whole month, you know, that you're scheduled, that you agree that you want to work, then you get some money on top of your regular pay, you know, to do that. So we've been trying to really push for that. I mean, I know the hospital's struggling with employees, and, we're actually pretty lucky that we have as many as we do, you know, really. I mean, to staff what we got. The transfer, it just come at a time where it was unexpected, and human nature just took over, and, personnel issues.
It wasn't dispatched through 911, it just the hospital.
Yeah, it was a BLS, non-emergent, you know, it wasn't even an ALS transfer, but it's very important, they're all important, you know. And it was all the way to Louisville, you know, that's something you kinda gotta prep for, you know, a little bit too. And I think that eventually, you know, I think Watts did take it, you know, and they didn't have personnel either. To the best of my knowledge, they had to call in somebody that family member knew or something, and they called and got somebody to come in from home to do it, you know. Because the hospital, I think they even said that the family member said they called from everybody from here to Cincinnati, and it was just personnel, you know.
has that already been took care of? You talked to the family, their family?
He's got my number, and, yeah.
And like you said, it's difficult to get someone to come in. We got, you know, there's 168 hours in a week. We got people that are scheduled 84 hours a week already. They don't want to work anymore. Our lowest hourly rate is from a dispatcher, and they work 36 hours a week. So people just, you know, doesn't matter what you pay them at times, people just want off sometimes. You know, it's bad. The training, it's not like I can hire anybody off the street. They have to have, you know, training recognized by the state. Today, if we started a class today, you're looking at 6 months for a basic, add 5 more months onto that for an advanced, and add 2 years onto that for a paramedic. And there's just not many people going, not the UMass.
It's statewide.
You know, it's not just us.
Okay.
But again, I'm gonna stress, please let us know, you know. Rumors and talk do nothing. I pay no attention to that, so unless you're calling me saying, hey, there's an issue here, I either one, won't know about it, or especially if it's on some kind of social media, I don't really pay attention to it. Because I don't get on that. And two, I just don't know about it. That's part of my job.
Yeah,
is
I
to-
didn't even realize, anything they said.
Again,
Facebook, I'm first thing you move with, but,
I've heard it from these other guys, they always blame the masters for when something goes wrong.
well, and that's the thing, y'all are gonna catch the heat because you may be master for that area.
I heard.
And we're a private company, so
I
you
heard
got
that
me.
Matthew had, I guess, or.
Yeah, I don't mind at all, we'll try to help.
Okay, the next thing is the monitoring school building, and this is something, well, I talked to you on it kind of, but, I've got word and me and the county attorney talked this morning just a little bit. As far as getting the bid and stuff, Matthew's done that, right, on what you all needed done. I kinda put a hold on it because I told you that I talked to the master down there and I probably should've called you, and I know y'all changed, you said you changed the name and.
Well, it's just a DBA, because when, we applied for a CON in Clark County, to take care of the hospital down there, which, and it just, people said, well, what's Break It Wolf, you know, and we just come up with a more of a.
That's what he told me, just doing
Yeah,
business
and
there.
their real name, you know, yeah.
Cross, is that what it
Yeah,
is?
but Break It Wolf is still has the same EIN number, I mean, it works under that, it's just a different name change. Actually, Break It Wolf it's a requirement for us to put Break It Wolf in a smaller sticker on those trucks too, so, I mean, you know, it's still.
And that's something we need to go ahead and talk on. I know we kind of addressed it in one meeting to get a price, but we never did, agree to go ahead and start construction on it. You all did want the whole building, all right?
Yeah.
And, you all know the proposal that they made of, was it $1,000 a month?
Yeah.
And they agreed to pay the
I know-
12 up front.
I know Jimmy's been more talking to y'all, but his wife has, been on a ventilator and he's been out, so.
Really?
Yeah, it's, been pretty hectic for him, so that's why he ain't here.
Getting back to the name, right, that's also was on social media too, that you guys are selling out and another name and another company.
Yeah, that's what I.
That's why we don't, you know, I mean.
I didn't see it on,
And, you know.
I didn't see it on court, but I got a call from Master, I
Right.
won't say no name, but I mean,
Right,
and maybe he didn't understand everything either, so.
right.
But I didn't wanna jump out here and spend a bunch of money and then y'all come in and that's what I told.
We 100% on the building works, the crews, I think they wear the path out trying to go look at it, you know, see if there's anything going on. So they're pretty excited.
So do you all wanna go ahead and make a motion on proceeding with this? Matt, you remember the exact amount on it, it was 12,000?
It's 14,
14.
it was, I think it was 14.6, supposed. $14,600 for the fixing it up, putting the bunkrooms in, the showers, redoing the bathrooms, so they're not, totally just off.
How long is good for?
Y'all, what y'all did agree on, 12 months, but it extended up to 5 or 5 years,
I think it was
something other?
something like that.
I think we start.
Jimmy really
Brandon will
handled
have to put that all in paper.
Yeah.
You guys are fixing different stuff around, I just need the exact terms to put it down.
I think it's like a year.
I think we agreed to go a year and get up a 5-year lease or something like that. And you all agreed to pay the 12,000 up front, so we could use it on having renovation done, is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
So you want 12 months before 1-year terms?
Yeah.
Renewal terms?
Yeah.
And on the same terms each time, or do you want to renegotiate rent or do any type of provision for?
It would probably need to be looked at every year, I kind of think, if they need something, or we need to do something, but I think we need to negotiate every year. And then let them go ahead and pay the first year up front, and we use it toward the renovation of the school to get the shares and.
I think you all was going to maintain the building too?
Yeah.
Yeah, the insurance, we have insurance on building, but
We have Brandon.
I think Brandon kind of brought that up, y'all need to have insurance to cover what you all want.
And the owner keeps,
And electric bill and all that
physical
stuff.
court will keep the actual casualty insurance on it.
Yeah,
You guys will
Yes.
have renter's insurance on
Renter.
your contracts.
Yeah. Yeah.
so do we need to go ahead and make a motion to let Brandon go ahead and put this contact together and, get it to these boys and go ahead and contact when it goes right?
Just
Well,
let Brandon come up.
do you want to do a start date when it's finished? Or do you want to do a start date now? We need a commencement date for that first year start, so that's what you need to think about. I'd wait till you get finished.
Probably, I would say start in January, then it'd be February before they get moved in and.
It'd be best for you all to wait.
Yeah.
Whenever we get done, so.
My recommendation is wait till you get it fixed.
Yeah, and then go ahead and put the date in and then we do year from that date.
We just pay them when we start, when we sign or whatever, we
Yeah.
pay.
Just
Yeah.
let Brandon draw the contract and we'll vote for it and
Okay.
satisfactory and
Yeah.
go with
Yeah.
that.
That sounds fine. And I think I ain't been there that much, but, Jimmy said that we'd take care of the yard or.
Yeah, it's just a small yard there, where you at. I think right now we've had, no, Turner grad cut crew went over and cut you a couple times, didn't he? So who wants to make a motion, put that in motion?
Motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Donnie Bush,
Aye.
Roy Oakley,
Aye.
Ray Moore,
Aye.
Al Changer. Okay, motion carried. Okay,
Judge, can I interrupt?
you sure can.
Okay, if there's anything else, please let me know. I'm actually covering right now, so I'm going down to the base right now, so I hate to be rude and leave you all to me.
No, that's why I put
But
you up front
you
there.
guys call me if there's ever anything, okay? I appreciate it.
Like I say, I probably should have contacted you when I heard about the deal, but, thank you all.
Yeah.
Okay, Bill, you want to go ahead and address the court now in case you, or you have to leave, or you want to?
Yeah, I have a court
Okay.
meeting about
Okay.
water and sewage in another county. But
Okay.
first, I'd like to say Merry Christmas, everyone. Hope you had a good one. And it's good to be here. Got the bench. Just want to let Donnie know that we've been planning on getting a bench up there at the Veterans flagpole. And so that was going to be brought today, but it was pouring the rain in Escort. So I figured today would be a bad day.
Appreciate it.
We will do that. I was going to bring this before the court. I did, last time I was here, I know that some of you wasn't here, but anyways, I'd like to ask if you would want to adopt all your roads, that would bring in more finances to your district and to your county. And so if I can get all the magistrates and the judge on board, if that's okay with you guys, you can go through your district and go ahead and see what roads needs to be adopted, get them adopted and bring more finances into Breathitt County. I would also like to recognize Eunice Holland in the back. She is with CRAD, and she has done a lot of road projects over here that you guys have probably been unaware of, but I'd just like to acknowledge her and thank her for all of the hard work. Appreciate Bobby and, forgot your name. Yeah, for all the work that they're doing. The water project is getting ready to come to Breathitt County. And appreciate Becky and all her hard work. So I'm expecting a good year of 2022 coming up. Good to see Roy Darrell's son here with us, and first time, so I'm just glad to be part of that. I know he's kind of nervous, but I believe he's going to do a good job. So, but anyways, I came to see if you guys would like to adopt your roads, and if you would go through your district and kind of just see what roads you have that needs to be adopted. As your state rep, I'm going to try to do everything I can to bring more finances and funding into Breathitt County and get your road projects done as quick as we can. You guys have any questions or comments?
No, sounds good. We actually got a few back on the list here with, today that start the adopting process on, but we address that when we get down to it. But I do appreciate you, Bill, and what you've done, and appreciate you coming up, and I know the veterans appreciate your bench, and they well deserve it, and I want to thank you for getting that done.
Well, I'm glad to be a part of that, and we got some other things coming up. The last time we was in, Commissioner Gray's office, Roy Darrell's project was Barwick. And so I'm sure that we're gonna take care of that, and I know that he would want his son in place to see it get done. And so pretty soon that mountain will be adopted and get his name up there, because I know that would be pleasing to him. That was his last thing that he wanted to do for his district.
But I do appreciate you, and he didn't say it, but Bill has already talked to him in Frankfurt there, and we're going to adopt part of 2080 and wherever the family chooses to do it from probably Chav east of the Breathitt County line. But I know the family appreciates that, and I know Roy Darrell appreciate it.
Well, that'll be adopted on the House floor, and I wasn't gonna say nothing about that, but that was your
Well, I mean,
job, and we're doing, and so I appreciate you guys' work doing that.
Yeah, was that
I'm just the middle guy.
you making it happen? We appreciate it. I just wanted to recognize you for doing that.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. Appreciate Bobby, and sorry for the loss of his mother. We're gonna be praying for him and his family. I'm just thankful being part of Breathitt County. I will say this, out of my whole district, I love coming here, I love being part of all the projects. There's more going on in Breathitt County than all my counties combined. So it's, you guys keep me hopping. So I appreciate that very much. Is there any questions you have for me?
Just thank you for the bids, done on 15, really appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. We'll put a big bow on that and maybe do something, get all the magistrates and the judges out there and present for the veterans. Appreciate their sacrifice that they do. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, we get on, we'll back up here and go ahead and approve the minutes for the regular meeting of October 26, 2021, special meeting of November 2nd, 2021, special meeting November 10th, 2021, regular meeting on November 23rd, 2021, special meeting on November 30th, 2021, and a special meeting in December 2021. Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Do we have a second? I'm going to second the motion. Roy Elphie? Roy Elphie? Aye. Ray Moore?
No.
Al Changer?
I'm not looked over me, but
You ain't looked over none of the meetings?
nothing means, to approve.
Actually, too, and I don't know if you know it or not, I told, and these stuff, especially I think October meeting got some stuff on that we need to close on. Y'all ain't looked at none of these minutes on any of this?
I haven't had it, Judge.
To be honest with you, no, really.
Okay. Donnie Bush,
No.
motion failed. I think to be legal, we need to do this, this meeting today needs to be approved the next meeting, so if you boys can get with Chris, we'll go in minutes, we need to go ahead and get this done. If not, from now on, we just put one previous meeting to the, regular meeting. Okay, consideration approval of appropriation revenue condition report.
Motion. Second.
Ray Moore,
Aye.
Al Changer,
Aye.
Donnie Bush,
Aye.
Roy Elphie. Consideration approval of November 2021 financial statement. Have a motion.
Motion. Second.
Al Changer,
Aye.
Donnie Bush,
Aye.
Roy Elphie,
Aye.
Ray Moore.
Aye.
Motion carried. Consideration approval of November 2021 Justice Center Corporation fund report. Have a motion.
Motion. Second.
Okay, did you make the motion, Ray?
Yes, sir.
And Donnie, you seconded it? Donnie Bush,
Aye.
Roy Elphie,
Aye.
Ray Moore,
Aye.
Al Changer.
Aye.
Motion carried. Consideration approval of fund activity report. Have a motion.
Motion.
Second.
Roy Elphie,
Aye.
Ray Moore,
Aye.
Al Changer,
Aye.
Donnie Bush.
Aye.
Motion carried. Consideration of approval of budget transfer numbers 06-001. Have a motion?
Is 8 and 9 the same one? Judge.
Do one now.
Is item 8 and 9 the same one?
Nine
It
should
was
say,
transfer and others interfund transfer, but they got transfer on.
no, nine should be interfund
Yeah.
transfer. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, do we have a motion on this budget transfer?
Motion.
Second.
Ray Moore,
Aye.
Bill Changer,
Aye.
Donnie Bush,
Aye.
Roy Elphie. Motion carried. Consideration approval of budget enter transfer back number 06-001. Have a motion.
Motion. Second.
Ray Moore,
Aye.
Bill Changer,
Aye.
Donnie Bush,
Aye.
Roy Elphie.
Aye.
Motion carried. Consideration and approval of payment of vendor claims. And we got one that ain't added on that, I guess we can add it on this bottom. The Hinkle bill wasn't Bridget had failing her back and didn't get all them together today, so we put in on the bottom. We have a motion.
It's gonna be on the, by itself, what you're saying?
Yeah, the Hinkle bill will be separate from this.
No.
Did you make that motion? Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, Elder Changer, Donnie Bush, Roy Oakley, Ray Moore. Motion carried. Consideration and approval to adopt Plum Creek, Boomer Lane, and Gayheart Drive into the county road plan. Do we have a motion to go ahead and start the adoption process?
Where's Gayheart Drive?
Gayheart is after 1812 split there on 205. It's in your district there, work for the city, I can't think of anything, Kurt, was Kurt's name?
There it is.
I think Kurt lives over there,
I mean,
want to put a cemetery over there, just one home in a cemetery.
how many houses?
One home in a cemetery.
What's the,
There's a cemetery there now?
No, they putting a family cemetery in there,
what's the law? Adopting? Is that 212,
Doesn't have to have
No.
to serve a public purpose.
like cemetery?
What's that, Brandon? I didn't hear you.
It doesn't have, it doesn't have.
it can just be one home, it don't even have to be a cemetery, I mean, to be legal, right, Randy?
There's no standard on number of homes. The Sarver case says it has to serve a public purpose. So if the asset
And-
serves a public purpose, then.
And I kind of figure in a little bit,
There's a separate statute on cemeteries, where you can adopt a cemetery road, it can be dedicated to the county and take it as part of the general.
It's a public service.
You got it.
If it's the one, it's got a one.
it's got one home, but they're actually going down the creek and,
You know, there's situations that have been addressed in the past where it serves a public purpose up to that one home because there's other landowners behind it, you know, or something. That's for you guys to take a look into the road and determine if you think if public money should be served upon, should be used upon.
and the main thing is, I think the creek there is about 40 foot wide. I couldn't believe how wide it was when I went down and looked at it, but,
You know, it's better.
when the water gets up, I mean, his kids can't even get across,
We've always said there's no question, and it's better if it serves two homes or more than
Yeah.
one home before it becomes somebody's private drive. Still yet, that's in your all's discretion as expending money on behalf of the county if it serves a public purpose.
We've had issues with that before, you know, we approved to adopt a road and then.
There's issues with tons of them.
Right. They come see you and say,
Yeah, beginning to end and things along those
About
lines.
like swinging bridges and cemetery.
the swing bridge is completely illegal.
There's,
Serves a public purpose, so.
Yeah, it does. And that's the way, most of them got
Exactly.
their
But there's a specific attorney general's opinion on swinging bridges, unfortunately.
Yeah.
that's
I
the
tried,
problem.
I tell you what, I have talked, and I've talked to Bill on it, what I'd like to see happen, is the state adopt some kind of, bill in to make these swing bridges historical. And then maybe they can start a fund that way that we're, but right now, I talked to
We
Rocky
need to do
about.
something on that, somebody does, because that's the only way a lot of it's gotta get.
We got several, and I think most of them,
You guys
in your district.
Yeah,
If you guys will help me out, I'll do that.
that's,
You
But
mean-
right now, they're considered illegal up there. A
Yeah.
lot of people's reached out to me like, hey, will you help us get a bridge back? Can't do it.
Yeah.
But if we can
Well, until-
post that, yeah.
that's a good idea, what they did.
Until the attorney
Well,
general
just
changes,
told.
until the attorney general changes their opinion that was written
Yeah,
and
but-
it's law, then that's what it is.
But we had one guy came in here, him and his daughter, and they was up on Quicksand Road there, was taking
Quicksand
chemo.
Creek, right.
And broke my heart, he come in here with a feeding tube in him and oxygen on.
Yeah, I know you're
And
talking.
he was getting in a four-wheeler, going down about 2 miles before he could even cross the creek to go take his treatment. And I actually contacted Rocky to see if they was stipulations or something, where he'd help somebody with medical.
You know, guys.
But he said the
and
road
that's part
time-
of what you're supposed to do as far as the checklist on adopting the county road. The county road engineer, or, you know, if we have somebody in that position, is supposed to come report to you about the feasibility of the road, and, you know, we check with the owners to get a deed for the right of way, so that there's no issues there. So if you follow that process and go through the public hearing, then you establish whether or not it's for a public purpose or not.
But I'm gonna tell you,
So
Rocky,
all that goes through the Craig guy. The guy that Bridget worked with up at Craig, what's his name?
John Chester,
Yeah, John
yeah, he's
Chester.
retired, I don't know who the,
Well, what we do is once the.
they do the measurement.
once the court adopts the road, then we go out and measure and map it, and then we send that information to KYTC with our road, our center line updates. And that's just for us to do the reporting. We're not involved as far as the designation or the approval of the road. That's the county.
They come in and just do the measurement and then send their CRN and get it certified through the state.
Yeah, we just map the data, is what we do.
And what Rocky told me, he said the part on the county road plan is legal, but he said the other side's on private property. And he said there's just no way they can justify it.
Like I say, if you don't go through that process, then you have the issues that we've had before, I can probably name you 5 roads. Over the course of my career, where it's probably has been adopted by the board, but they didn't go through the full process of basically taking it through somebody's private property, there's no deed, those people block it, really don't have the recourse at that time.
Also, in my district, there's some roads that the public, or landowner, or whatever, stated it was county road, but frankly, don't have no CR number, so therefore it's not county road.
Unless you can find the actual, full, and that's the reason I encourage that we have a full file on each one, that you've gone through the statutory process on each one, that way we've got, I think we've had those on several roads, but that's what we need to follow.
And it's kind of what Bill was talking about. Everybody needs to go through their district and write down the roads that, and some of them been maintained for years. I know, we got into the same thing on one called Teacher Lane, what was that called? Mosquito Hawk. And it ended up going, but they backed up on. Actually, when it was 3 commissioners, they had actually made a motion to adopt all the county roads that had been maintained. And that's what the judge ruled on her. She said it's already been done in a meeting, and she wrote it, be legal, but like Bill said, if we can do that and get all these roads and bring it, probably take a week to go through the process on a public hearing, but it'd be worth it.
It would,
It'd save a lot of.
But also what became as part of that decision that Judge Wisdom issued was that road, the road adoption, whether it's binding or not, she found it to be, that the court grandfathered all the roads in. They just did a blanket vote to do that, without doing public hearings, all that sort of stuff. But it was like 3 months before the law changed as far as the width of the right of way.
I think 78 when that started, I remember when she was reading it, it was a 30-foot right of way.
It changed that year when they did it, as far as the width and things along those lines, so may need to be some cleanup there as well.
Yeah, and then another trouble is we got some roads that went up a half a mile, and that was the end of it. Now, it's another half mile long, and we got a half a mile that's legal and another half that ain't even in the road plans. But,
Judge,
do it.
can I ask you a question? So what you're saying is, by what they ruled, y'all got a 30-foot easement through Mosquito
30-foot
Hall?
right of way, on all county
Mosquito
roads.
Hall.
That's what she.
I think what you.
But it had to be done before 78,
Up to
I
a
think.
certain point. No, this was in 2000.
If it'd been done after a certain date, it was 30
There's about a
foot.
3-month time period
Yeah.
there that made a difference on whether or not it was just the width of the road versus 30 feet. And as I said it right now, I can't remember what that was.
So that's an issue.
We're familiar with water district, what's a road, so.
Yeah, y'all probably run into the same thing on these, when you go up, but,
I'm sure if you run into that,
Oh.
they have, I know one.
County road is 30 feet, they don't agree with you, I guarantee you.
Okay, let's get back to the motion. The consideration to approve Blum Creek, Boomer Lane, and Gayhart Drive into the county road plan, start to adopt the process. Do we have a motion?
You talk to Curtis, yes,
Did I talk to who?
Curtis,
Yeah, I talked to him a couple of times. And I went down there and looked to see actually where the road goes across now. If we adopted him, we couldn't go across there because it's 60 foot. About there. We made a motion, we have a second.
but these other individuals, you talk to them, Boomer Lane, Plum.
Yeah, Boomer Lane is, what's your name?
Susan Baker.
There you go. And then, Plum Creek is, Tony Turner and his mom and.
Somebody said Plum Creek, they didn't want to be adopted in.
Why don't
Well, when I talked to Brenda, they did, but they put their own bridge in since that, they got a concrete bridge now. I mean, it would just be, and it wouldn't be long ago, it would go to the Y there, what I call the Y where Brenda lives, and, but this is the start the process. Roy Oakley made a motion, I'm gonna go ahead and second that motion. Donnie Bush,
No.
Roy Oakley, Ray Moore,
No.
Ellis Changer.
No.
Motion failed. Consideration approval to appoint Pam Robinson to the industrial board. They've been without a board member for a while. I guess Nick Napier, I think it was, came off of it, and Pam had put a resume in, interested. So do we have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Ray Moore, Ellis Changer, Roy Oakley, Ray Moore,
Aye.
Ellis Changer,
Uh,
Donnie Bush.
Aye.
Consideration approval to appoint Andrew Turner to serve on the airport board. And I can't begin to tell you who he's replacing. I think they've been short of him for a couple of years, what he called.
Do you have a copy of the bylaws of the airport board?
They got them on the airport board, except for budget that they turned in.
But I was under the impression that when they went from Jackson Breathitt Airport Board to just Breathitt Airport Board, that I haven't seen the bylaws. Before, they used to have a city representative and a county representative, and then just the chairman and a few other members from the community. So, my question is, I'd like to have something right in saying who wants, you know what I'm saying?
Well, only thing I'll do is bring the name and then the airport board, will recognize whether it's adopted in, it won't be left to us. We just have to bring the name and then approve the person, and the airport board will approve that. We don't,
I just like to have something right in saying
and
how.
the same way with the industrial board, I don't know how they're set up, but it'll be left for them to take them into the industrial board meeting.
My thought is that, I did the work when they were city-county joint, and that was under the statute, I don't know what they've done now.
Yeah, so I'd like to know
Don't
what.
either, I ain't got anything
I'd
like
like to see the
that.
bylaws. Just to
But the
know.
only thing I'm doing is bringing the name and then the airport will serve, but I mean, we probably do need a copy. That's fine, they ain't got a copy in there, but they ain't got nothing
How many members currently on board?
for, and don't ask me who they are, because I can't tell you.
You got,
does it even mean?
Nah,
I don't
they
think those
ain't
carry.
doing
yeah,
anything.
Mako,
They're in a big role with Bill Back on the Dixie, his hanger up there right now, they've been in district court quite a bit. Johnny Mako's the head of it.
yeah, Mako's the chairman. Jimbo stepped down, I think it's the one that Jimbo was on, he stepped down. Hargis,
You got Jeff Hamilton,
Sue, and Jeff Hamilton.
okay, Sue on it,
They gave us a fight.
Well, they do quarterly meetings because they run a notice in the paper.
Okay.
That's fine.
They asked me, and I know we had one.
Yeah,
meeting at City Hall,
yeah,
and I
Art
went to-
Sebastian's also.
Who?
Art
Art.
Sebastian, that's right.
You think Sue's on it?
I thought she was.
Okay.
Or five.
Sue's on it, though.
Yeah, but say Jimbo stepped down.
They've had one
Wait.
missing for about 4
Been a
years,
while.
I think.
Yeah, been a while.
And they're trying to, well, they're right now putting a drainage system in, and they need to have board meetings to be able to approve everything they're doing up there, but, it brought to my attention, they need another board member, but Mako. And,
And Andrew Turner, the guy we got, he's a great pick for it.
he's real big in these drones.
Yeah.
We actually had a meeting last week, and I think drones is gonna be a thing of the future, and we may even get the drone project. They've been talking about doing it in Knott County, but their money fell through it. They're kinda stuck, and been stuck for about a year and a half.
I know Perry County's been a lot on that.
And all Perry County,
It went
supported
to Knott.
Knott County with it.
It went to Knott, but now they're having trouble with
What,
Knott.
what happened to them is they lost their easement for ingress.
Yeah, but very well died, what happened, and instead of giving them, but they want them to buy it, and I guess it's a lot of money that they can't do. Yeah,
I did.
probably should
They're
have.
interested in coming.
But that's the problem, is it right there with Knott County, and he don't even think they're gonna be able to get it, because, I mean,
He mentioned.
it'd be a lot of money by,
Yeah,
right
but
away.
in January, to see if they figured it out.
They was, Knott County's on the news like, sports fix, they have a lot of.
Yeah, they're. So, motion is to adopt, appoint Andrew Turner to serve on our airport board. Do we have a motion?
No. Second.
Okay, Ray Oakley made motion, second that.
Addie.
Roy Elphie, Ray Moore, Ellis Cantor, Donnie Bush. Again, we won't vote on these, I just brought the name up and they'll have their own vote. Consideration and approval to donate $500 to the Apothecary Church Pantry. This is up on Highway 15. Beverly Smith, is that her name?
Yeah.
Right. And she actually asked to be on it last court meeting, we just didn't put it on there, forgot it, but do we have a motion to donate them $500 for their church pantry?
I think we'll add that to, what's the other lady's name?
Kathleen.
I think she needs to be added.
You know, we got, and I ain't got a bit of problem with it.
That's two of the biggest ones,
Yeah, and we got another, I got a letter here the other day, I think Patsy's trying to get another one started up too.
Appalachian,
I don't know what you're gonna call it. Yeah. So,
Won't just amend that to give 1,000 each to
each one of them.
Beverly Smith, Kathleen Adler, and
I don't think the other one got their,
They're fine.
numbers and stuff they need to be able to start Patsy, they're in the process of doing it. You wanna go ahead and give them 1,000 when they get?
I thought she was through Appalachian.
Patsy's through Appalachian, what, Spire Appalachia or whatever?
No, you're
No,
wrong.
that's
Smooth, Smooth.
Yeah, that's.
She's
But they don't have a pantry, I don't think. I think they kind of handle the money for when we had that fundraiser that didn't do too good and stuff, but,
Okay, she does a lot of like shoes, clothes.
you know, she's all the time doing it. And we do allow her an office space over at the county garage, but I mean, every penny she gets, she puts toward. what they put toward.
over there for her goods.
You know, I saw money over there, but I don't know. The feeling had we've got some issues over, we're gonna may end up having to put a roof on that thing, I was gonna get there and go over. And it may get away like we did at the ARM building, just put oversized washer roofs. That's the only thing that's wrong with the industrial one, the ARM building. But that may be what's wrong, we got 3 or 4 water leaks over our cabin, sent me some pictures. A couple of weeks ago, maybe even longer than that, by the time it gets away in. We got a closet over there that's pitiful.
That back closet, back check.
Yeah.
Swimming.
It is, it pours in it. The back wall probably worse than Kathleen. Kathleen's been in solar with water for a while, and just failed what her done. I wonder where she had Sunday over there, but I don't know if he's got it. Do you know if he went up there, do y'all go up there and get ceiling tiles or was it just for in there? Did he get ceiling tiles for that when he went? Okay, he may already have a ceiling tile. I know he went over and looked at it, so I'd have to check with him and see where he's at.
Alright, back
So,
to,
yeah, getting back to her thing, you wanna make a motion to give $1,000 to Apothecary Church Pantry and Helping Hand
and then
and,
Patsy Claire's contingent upon her getting her paperwork turned in for the 501(c)(3).
I make that motion.
I'll second.
did you think that ill?
Yeah.
Ray Moore? Ellis Cantor?
Aye.
Donnie Bush?
Aye.
Roy Elphie? Okay. And that's down in worship. Okay, next one, and I don't know if we need to go in as, executive session, but y'all probably know the deal with Freddie Mullins. He's here, I think he's about ready to retire, to tell you the truth. But his wife was on some kind of program through the state that he couldn't take a raise because he would lose, whatever
she would
for
lose
her
her-
insurance
yes.
through the state.
Right.
And in the last little bit, they have canceled her insurance, Geraldine is her name. But, he had come in yesterday and asked, and Ethel, he ain't been here as long as, Fred has, but, he asked to be raised up to the same pay as what, Esther Butler's making, it's $14.90. He's now making $11.53. And our consideration motion to give him, raise his pay up to $14.90 an hour.
Can we do that without going in special session? Right?
I think we can, I mean,
Or is it, well, you need to go with the executive session for the vote?
Too late, is what you're saying?
Well, not that, I mean, I just want to bring, but I mean, I mean, you all well aware of what's
Discuss
pretty
it
is.
some way, that's what the session's for, you don't vote in the session, you vote.
Right.
Vote. But if y'all need to discuss it, it's a personnel issue.
How much,
certainly
how
do
much
it.
less?
$14.90, and Freddie make $11.53, and he didn't have a raise in, I think 13 years.
He turned that, you know. he
Yeah,
couldn't-
we couldn't get it, he couldn't get it on the
How much
county.
the Sonny make?
But right,
Yeah.
right.
I don't know, we can
I
discuss that, I
apologize,
don't know what he
if
made.
you guys want to discuss it, you can go to executive session, but you can't take any action. So it sounded like you were about to take actions, the reason I said that.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't, we can't bring somebody else's name, but y'all want to say this and go in next, we got the same.
I think you should,
Situation with
they got
David
another
Carter.
partner this year too.
Yeah.
There you go.
So we just go ahead and, go on to the next thing, and then we'll go into executive session after the meeting. Okay, consideration and approval of the Breathitt County Clerk's budget for 2022. And, let's see, I was supposed to, did I make a clerk's advance? I did. But Becky probably needs to address the court on her budget, on, the one dues that you all get over there from your records and stuff.
That's different.
Does that need to be,
That's
that's completely
That's
separate? Is that on the other one that we
That's on
added to it? Okay,
That's separate.
okay. Consideration and approval of the clerk's budget 2022, do we have a motion?
No.
Do we have a second?
We just got a copy of this yesterday to the agenda.
Yeah.
And also, we have some questions about the 21 budget too.
Okay, well, Roy Elphie made a motion, I'll go ahead and second the motion, and then we'll vote it up or down, and then, because it has to be done before January 1st or budget. Ellis Changer,
No.
Donnie Bush,
No.
Roy Elphie, Ray Moore.
No.
Motion carried. Consideration and approval to pay the invoice to Goodwin Mills Cable for the drainage project at the Julian Carroll Airport in the amount of $36,710.
Yeah, just to elaborate on that one, it's not, we're not actually paying that out, we're just approving it. They were approved of a grant through the FAA for $377,286. That's for the drainage project, they're digging, putting on new drainage so the water don't stand so bad. So pretty much all you're doing is approving the invoice for me to submit through the FAA for them to pay.
And I think this is the first time I've ever seen it come across that way. Usually they pay
Yes.
us and we turn around and pay them, but this time we just
Yeah, it's a whole new
approve payment
system.
in the federal. And it may be where it's FFA or airport work, because that's completely different federal money than like a FEMA project or something.
Yeah, the system is weird, it's.
So do we have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Who made that motion?
Me.
Second one? Do we have a second?
Second.
Donnie Bush,
Aye.
Roy Elphie, Ray Moore, Ellis Changer. Motion carried. The next thing is David Carter, we'll discuss it in the executive session also. Consideration motion to pay Joel Gross his incentive pay in amount of $32,7972. And this is for his 40-year training that he got in.
Motion.
Second.
Roy Elphie, Ray Moore,
Aye.
Ellis Changer, Donnie Bush.
Aye.
And also, something else I need to add on there too, I got a training that I done the other day and I don't know if I ain't seen a bill come across, but, it needs to be paid before the first of the year, so I can get the training aired off yet to finish my incentive pay. I'll go ahead and make
Do you know the
well,
total?
you want me to just go, no, do not. I can look at my email. I'll go ahead and add it to it, then we'll take care of that at the end. I forgot that, did we? Okay, consideration and approval of a $10,000 advance loan to the county clerk to get started on it January 1st, and they'll reimburse us back in March. Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Do we have a second?
I think it's all ties in.
Do what now?
I think it's all ties in over the like I said, a question on the 21 budget.
Hey, Judge, our payroll's due January 7th. We'll have to do a payroll at our new 2022 fund, which starts at 0.
You can't take the money that you got from
We don't do
2021
that
and pay it, I mean, they've got the money to pay it.
That's what we
They
do,
can't
Start up
bring it
with-
back.
Yeah, then we get it back in March.
Part of the Judge Whisper's ruling is that they can turn over the financial statements to fiscal court.
We meet with you all, our attorney's gonna meet with you all, so it's fine that you didn't pay.
That's you in the court.
I just had to present it to you all,
Well, we
but
got,
we'll be meeting with you all.
But this here ain't nothing to do with court or anything
No.
else, this is an advance to get started as
But
a
you all do it every
January
year.
and.
Yeah, that's the sheriff's, the clerk of the sheriff's, we did last year, 10,000,
This don't have
We've always
anything to do
done
with
it.
Yeah.
Sure, you
Pretty
were
much.
all okay this year?
I'm saying,
2020.
You don't need it back on this.
And then I get back to you on March when we get that check.
We have to get you
yeah,
the budget.
You want to have?
We have to get you the budget to you.
Okay.
they usually
Let's
request
see.
those in
We
January.
got to
Yeah,
be,
you're January.
we got to be zero balance midnight 30.
Right, and they do too, I mean, they
Yeah.
can't use what money, if they got $20,000, they can't use it, or you won't be able to either.
motion.
Second.
Roy Oakley makes about,
Yeah, who seconded it, Dale?
Yeah.
Roy Oakley, Ray Moore,
Aye.
Ellis Cantor,
Aye.
Donnie Bush.
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, let's see, what else we got for? Well, go ahead, Ed, so we got you on the agenda next.
Jeff, I got one more thing, Matt, about my storage document fee.
oh, that's on down there, we got.
That's on the
Okay,
other,
okay,
that's on
sorry.
21.
Okay.
You're good, you're still good.
Okay.
That's what I asked Mark over, because I thought it, but I forgot we had to do it.
This is in regards to the ARPA funds county be receiving for water, internet, like you discussed in the last meeting. Each year, we apply for a grant for the state through Dennis King's office. And for $750,000. In the past, we've got full grant for that. Now we have to do a match in order to get it approved. And this will be the third cycle, 3 phases, and we've got $750,000 from the state. And we've got other projects coming up, phase 4, phase 5, and we $750, and we've been successful in getting those grants. So we would like to ask.
Did y'all get your last thing? I talked to Jennifer about 3 weeks ago, and
He got approved, we haven't got it.
I thought they did approve it.
Yeah.
Is that the 750 you're talking about?
Well, this is another one we applied for,
okay.
a third.
The $750, we're wanting to ask for a match of $250 of the ARPA funds. Should we get 2, I guess, rounds of that, $1.2 million for this year, $1.2 for next year? We'd like to get the first one if we could to get that funded. And what we'll use that for, that matching fund is, of course, match the grant. Plus, we've got rehab work all over the county on the tanks, pump stations to upgrade them. We have to do that after so many years, and so it'd benefit the entire county. Plus, we've got Highland Road and Punchin listed on the last phase of this project.
Let me touch on the match.
So you're asking for the match, and you throw 2 numbers in there, and I didn't get the
Okay,
right
we're
one.
asking for the match of 150 for that
Okay.
750, and another 100 to go toward rehab and upgrading the system.
Out of the ARPA money, which y'all received 1.2 million this year,
Right.
1.2 next year.
And we got the 2024.
So just out of this year, 2020.
Right, and Mr. Wesley's been instrumental in helping us get this approved, writing letters, making visits and things of that nature, so we'd like to thank him for helping us get this.
So it is 2 different matches, I didn't misunderstand you,
Yeah.
I thought you said 100, then I thought you said 250, and then.
Yeah.
150 is a match,
250
which
total.
project?
250 total, 150 for the match.
Which one is that? Is that the Highland Turner punching project?
Yeah, plus some rehab, and then to do the rest of the rehab, we're going to use.
And the rehab, the 100,000 is you want to
Yeah,
upgrade your line with.
yeah.
So you're asking for 250,000 for the water, the ARPA money for the water district to do the Highland and punching and upgrading on the other.
Yeah.
Y'all don't have
For
that
this
problem
ARPA money.
right now, do you, the ARPA money?
No, right now, the only thing you can actually use it on, just pretty much in black and white, is water projects and sewer projects, and then IT,
Right.
internet projects and stuff. But,
Well, we'd like to get on that
if
list.
we can invest 150 and go to your match under 750,
And
I mean,
it
that's-
needs to be quick.
If we get something from you all saying that you will do that, once the funds are available, then And then Mac, you'll have to get with the vendor on that and print approve it and all that kind of stuff too, but, Crad's working on that for us, so. So do we need to deal with Crad on the match part, or will that be something that we'll go straight to the water district on?
Our first step will be to present that to the ARPA board and let them approve
Let them
us.
approve that we can do
And
that.
then we'll work that.
You all probably need to put that in detail, pretty much 100,000, we probably need an estimate showing that you're gonna approve this or that and add it all on. Because we have to present that to ARPA, they'll be the one to approve it for the court to be able to do that. And I don't think it'll be a problem, but we need to,
I've got a sheet up there on the matching fund, if y'all.
that's probably what we need to turn, that's probably what that needs to turn in.
Basically, y'all are,
We want to
submitting a
approve it,
request
yeah.
today, and then Matthew can get.
Yeah, you have to send it in ARPA, and ARPA will be the one that will approve it in the final. So, consideration of motion to approve $250,000 of the ARPA money for the match and the upgrading of the Highland and Puncheon.
Motion.
Okay. Bill Changer, Donnie Bush, Roy Elphie, Ray Moore. Okay.
Judge, can I bring one more thing to y'all's feet? And on that ARPA money, that would be like 950,000 this year, 1.2 million next year. And if y'all got any water projects that y'all wanna look at and try to do, y'all are welcome to come talk to me about that. I mean, if you've got anything.
The next project y'all
Several
got,
times on that, on 30.
3542, that's what I'm saying, the next project, they broke that down in two, have they done any approving on that, through Credit yet?
They have not.
But I would like to see Highway 30 and 542, and I mean, they're where I think it's a good investment to invest your money where it'll help
Right.
people. from now on until-
Unserved people's where it is.
You know, we had one proposal, and I'm not even gonna talk about it, but
And one
I mean,
thing you look at on
we
that,
need
if
to
y'all
take care-
will match that money, if you'll match your ARPA with something else, we can take your ARPA money, like if you wanna match $1 million next year, 500 this year, we can try to match it with KIA funds or something like that and try to get it all done, because it is.
That's the best way to spend this money is really on the water project.
yeah, well, just three things in the water, and I mean sewer, which we don't have to worry about sewer, but,
We've got cost estimates breaking it down, that project up there, we've got cost estimates breaking it down.
again, on the Highway 30 project, where you at, waiting on approval from, is that gonna be some of the ARCA money?
Yeah. For underserved.
Was that
For
500?
underserved, we put it back
Right,
in.
how much is that total unserved?
The project at first about $5 million all together to get it all done.
I think you're
That's
gonna
all.
general.
Part of it's AML approved, and we keep turning it into AML, we keep turning it to KIA, and they have a cost estimate on customers, of how many customers per $1,000, it's like $10,000 or $15,000 per customer, and it don't beat a lot of the grants.
But the Highway 30 East project is probably every part
It's
important,
the
but I mean,
biggest,
as far as the mileage and the housing, I mean,
Well, you've got economic development,
Right.
we looked at up there too, you know, so.
and biggest unserved area we have left.
okay, I didn't know you was trying to get some of that, but that may be possible too.
But if y'all would come and sit down, if y'all would like to, come and sit down, and whatever y'all can put out of that in, you might not wanna put it all in, you might wanna put it all in, but if you wanna put that in.
Yeah, I think we need to
we'll
wait,
make
I think we need to sit down
We'll
and
have
look
it
at
drawn
that.
up and we'll send in for a
But-
grant.
but if we can
KIA
hold-
or something to try to
I
match.
think right
Yeah,
now,
I'll tell you.
the most people's concern is in the county is water and broadband access. I
Yeah.
mean, a lot of people ain't got water, ain't got, good internet service.
But I think,
Well, this money should use it especially for that.
I think this money that we're using, we need to kind of do it like you did with the 750 and put 150, I mean, that's a good investment. And you do that for a match.
KIA has 20% matching on it, so, and they usually don't do projects of $5 million. It's very rare.
Well, that's why y'all broke it down, and the way I understood
But
it.
we can break it down into a section, we can do we've got several sections, like a $2 million first section, and you can.
What is the price on the 30 project to go from?
It's a little over 5 million.
Just 30, not counting 542?
Okay, if you go
$5.1.
going to Wolf Creek, just to Wolf Creek, it's $750,000.
Where do you stop at right now?
Pine Creek.
Hunt Creek? For
And
the
then-
murder of Wolf?
And then we've got another one, about $2 million to go to Quicksand Creek and to the county line.
It's about
And the rest
it's like 3 million to get that third.
And you've got a sawmill up there, plus you got Dollar General mentioned, they have a letter. Been on the board 13 years, and from day one, we've been trying to get money approved from up there, and when Brandon was there, AML said it didn't qualify. And we kept submitting letters, and finally, they were able to say it qualified, but then all the big money from AML was gone by the time they said it qualified.
That's all gone now, ain't it, AML there?
Yeah, but one thing you're looking at is in the next 4 to 5 years, we're getting that trickle down effect of that $1 trillion. And they're gonna get some money back in that.
For the unserved areas.
For some unserved areas.
Okay.
But one thing you look at is you look at doing the first part of this, up there to the 3 million. And if you could put like $1 million in, and then we try to match it with a couple more funds to try to get that, and that's something we'll work on, I mean.
These other agencies love matches, I mean.
And that's one thing hurts us right now on that project, we don't, and they ask us every time, do you have a match? And in the past, like with KIA, they are 80-20, and they have funded us in the past 100%. And you're not gonna get that now.
It's getting harder and harder, I mean, everybody going after it.
But you come up with dollars.
I can't believe they never did make that AML project to start with, I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Coming out there.
Four different times I can remember they turned it down because it said that finally, pre-82 mining. And then finally, there was pre-82 mining finally found, and.
Then when they had that big flood up there, what's called the bottom, about Strawberry Cove particle.
Yeah. I mean.
All right, let's move on to the next thing, and the next thing is, approve consideration and approval to transfer $117,547.50 federal and transfer it for PW 4358 back to the road department. Do we have a motion?
That's FEMA.
Yeah, FEMA.
Motion. Second.
Okay, who made that motion, Hill?
Yeah.
Bill Changer? Donnie Bush? Roy Oakley?
Aye.
Ray Moore?
Aye.
Okay. I've got 2 things rolling on the same line here. District 2, Maastricht, okay, that was on Roy Oakley, right?
Yeah, Roy. We
Roy
held,
Oakley.
yeah, not this payroll, the last payroll, we held, Roy Darrell's last check. He passed away 5 days into the pay period. And I've been working with DLG, and I've got the stuff now where I need to back it up that if we want to, we can go ahead and pay his full paycheck. Because if someone dies, like if you were to pass away, or the sheriff or someone like that, it's set by the state, you have to program it. You can only pay them for the days they were there. But since the magistrates are set by pretty much themselves, and we have a little more leeway with that. So if we want to, and I'm asking you guys to do so, is go ahead and pay him for his full 14 days of his last paycheck. Even though he only worked 5, just go ahead and pay him full.
And it's about black and white, I mean, it's either stop him at 5 days and go ahead and add Roy Oakley, but I mean.
Well, he wasn't appointed at the time.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
So that time is vacant, no one draws
No
money.
money within that.
And it's up to it's our leeway, if we want to, we can.
I'll make that motion. I do.
Second.
Donnie made the motion,
Yeah.
Hill seconded.
What was the numbers after that?
This is to go ahead and pay Roy there on the full
Instead of
2
prorating
weeks
it,
instead of doing the 5 days. And well, you would probably wouldn't even want it after that anyway. So, Donnie Bush,
Aye.
Roy Oakley,
No.
Ray Moore,
Aye.
Hill Changer.
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, Breathitt County Clerk 2021, this is what, I guess I thought, but, Becky, you wanna go ahead and,
This is where we done the storage docket fee for when you record deeds, it all went up, and the price did. And we can only spend that for like the deed room and our equipment. So that money has to be spent for that. So I gave Matt a copy of the law on it, so I'm asking y'all to change that line item number 50 and up that to 35, so I can take 15, that's what we're gonna have in this year, and pay on my equipment. You know, the equipment that I got, the software,
You want to change line item 50 to how much, big you got it?
well, I've got 20 in it right now, because remember y'all got me back over 9,000 of my money?
Right.
So I paid that down on that equipment. So I still owe on that equipment, and that's the only thing I can use that storage document money for. I can't use it for anything else. It has to be something to do with deeds and recording, scanning and stuff like that.
How much more?
I owe 41 on it right now. So if I take that storage document fee, which is, we're gonna have 15 in that account.
15,000 even?
Well,
No, it's $14,770.
You asked how much more?
We're
I'm not
just
asking for
wanting to,
anything more. I'm just asking for that line item to be changed so I can pay that.
Pay that $14,750.
Yeah, because that's the only thing I can pay that out of.
Yeah, basically, it's like when, like our budget amendments, you know, sometimes the federal government gets wily and they send us an extra 200 grand. And that was unexpected money, so we don't have it anywhere in our budget. So we can't spend it since we didn't even know we had it. That's kind of the same thing with them, is they passed that law that $10 per document or something.
Yeah, like every day, every
Right,
morning.
and it's accumulated to $14,770 of money they didn't know they were gonna get.
And
So,
probably by the end of
And
the
you're
year.
just asking to take that money that you collected and pay it on your.
Yeah, I just need that line item changed in the budget for 21, so I can pay another 15,000 down on that software that we purchased. Because that's the only thing I
Okay,
can.
but you're
spend.
wanting 14,770.
no, she's not asking, she's already
We
got
have
the
it.
money.
Right.
It's our
Yeah,
money.
she
We
just needs
have
to
it.
spend
You're saying 15.
How much we approved for the software?
We gave them 9.
We give
Get
them,
clerk's office.
we just give them the clerk money, the feed money they was turning in.
Yeah, you're just giving that money
How
back.
much did we approve, or what was it, 9,000?
It was 9,000.
Yeah, that's already been paid. That was money that
Yeah,
you
but
had collected to turn over to the.
like,
board.
like we can say
And
this money,
this here is all document fees that you collected, and it can't be used anything
I
else
can't
but
use it for
that.
anything else.
But we have to change, we have to vote to change the line item.
Yeah, the line item only got 20 in it. I have to change it that, so I will be off my line item.
you know, well, never mind, that's a fast question for Ashley, but like, you have to change the receipt side too.
See, Bill,
Then the money came in.
well, it's gonna be in the receipts of like the fourth quarter, and I've just not done the fourth quarter
Oh, so-
until we meet with you all to fix the 2021 budget, because I have to have them numbers to do the fourth quarter report, but it'll be in that one.
Okay.
But on our new budget, I created a separate line item for just that, on receipts and disbursements, so
What do you,
it's easier to understand.
what do y'all currently operate on?
Do what now?
2021, where do you currently, what budget are you operating on? The one we approved, or one, what are you operating on?
Right now, I have the one y'all approved, yeah,
2021.
yeah.
that's the one we record with, that's the one we
Yeah,
record
what you
with.
saying?
That's,
What we approved back in January.
Yeah, that's the only budget I have, yeah.
So you're,
And this
I-
line item was in your all's approved budget from 2021. We're just asking right
to
now.
take it and,
To amend that
you amend it to where y'all can take that money and pay
I
it.
Pay on that.
Yeah, and I've got the KRS on it, and it tells you very
So-
plainly how you have to spend it. Yeah,
So our consideration of motion to change the line item 50 for the clerk's office to go ahead and use the money they collected on deeds to pay on their new software.
Motion.
Second.
Okay, Donnie Bush made the motion, who seconded that?
I did.
So that's gonna up it to 35,000.
yeah.
right.
So that'll make my
34,
payments,
770 or 35,000 or?
that'll make my payments lower, like I have to make
Right.
monthly payments, that'll make my payment come lower.
Okay, Donnie Bush,
Aye.
Roy Oakley,
Aye.
Ray Moore,
Aye.
Bill Changer. Okay, motion, let me look at it.
We can approve up to.
Yeah, let's just do that, it'll look good. I think it's either 100 or 150, but we'll go ahead and make a motion to pay, and it was CBA with the county, I'm pretty sure. Let me look it up. Let me look at it, and we do it, and we come back in from executive session, I'll do that when we're talking about that. The next thing is, and you all ain't had a chance to look at this bill, I don't think, this is for October, November, and December, the amount of $11,472. And I can run through here if y'all want me to right quick.
Gravel lots.
District 4 is Jones's Branch, 276. Jones's Branch, 265.89. Beach Turner Road in District 2 and Noble Road was 536. And the one on each one. There you go.
Oh, sorry about that.
Next one is the cemetery, 278 in District Billy Hall Cemetery. Grove Cemetery at Mill Creek is 265. Or is Bob Turner Road at 276 in District 2. District 3 is Leatherwood Cemetery. Where Leatherwood Cemetery? Oh, that was Plughat Road, I guess. It's 551.81. Spicer Cemetery, ain't got no district on it, 248, yeah, District 2.
Can we get a copy of them?
Yeah. You want just take a copy and y'all look at them?
Copy of that, we're going to.
We'll do, okay. At this time, our consideration of motion to go into executive session
Motion.
to talk personnel issues and raffle law.
Motion.
Second.
Roy Elphie, Ray Moore, Bill Changer, Donnie Bush. Okay. This time we go into executive session, so you're all welcome to leave and, yeah.
All right, we're good.
Okay. Motion to come back out of executive session.
Motion.
Second.
Donnie Bush.
Aye.
Roy Elphie. Ray Moore.
Aye.
Bill Changer.
Aye.
Okay, on the pay on these janitors, instead of 3 janitors making 3 different things, I consider a motion to pay all 3 janitors $15.50. That's what the one janitors are making now, and that approves Esther Butler and Freddie up to the same pay that the other one's making. Do we have a motion?
Second.
Who made that motion?
Right.
Roy Elphie. Ray Moore.
Aye.
Bill Changer. Donnie Bush.
Aye.
Let's see.
They get Dave Garrett.
Starting immediately.
Yeah.
Okay.
The next motion is to move David Carpenter up to $15 an hour. He's previously making $13.47, and that'll put him up to $15.
Motion.
Second.
And that's effective immediately too.
Yes, sir.
Roy Elphie. Ray Moore.
Aye.
Bill Changer.
Aye.
Donnie Bush.
Aye.
And all the time we was in there, I still didn't look up, but I need a motion to pay that training bill for my, and I'm pretty sure it was CBA. And I think it's $150, but let's make a motion to pay up to $200 on that invoice.
Was your motion?
Yeah.
Second.
Ray,
Motion by Ray.
yeah, Ray and Bill second it. Bill Changer,
Aye.
Donnie Bush, Roy Elphie, Ray Moore.
Aye.
And then the next one is, the Hinkle gravel bill for 3 months is October, November, and December. And it's an amount of $11,400.72. And if y'all need me to, we got several tickets, but I probably can go by the texting that you sent and finish filling them ones out that you ain't got on there. And again, turn in everything you need done in your district, and we try to get it all gravel fixed. Winter time, spring ain't already here, but consider a motion to pay the gravel bill for Hinkle for 3 months.
Motion.
You have a second?
Y'all, second that, can somebody maybe put one in for just pay September? That way we can get that off the book and won't get in trouble.
I know y'all like to take time to look at what was in the month. That's
There
September.
was a problem with one of the September invoice bills, there's like 10 loads that didn't get paid for.
They put it in the system, but
Yeah.
everything Rita put in her system, we
Yeah.
printed out, it didn't print none
There
of
was
it
a,
out.
there was a problem with one of the bills for
And actually,
September, so
the
there's 10
official
loans
meeting-
still in September, and they're giving you.
And actually, the special meet we had, we backed up and paid, I think 2 of those special meetings, we just paid some bills, wasn't it?
Yeah, but that one
And that
came
was-
back after, it was a, like I said, there was a billing problem, and they want us to,
But we, I
check or
mean,
reissue.
we've got the gravel, we need to go ahead and pay the bill on,
I
I mean,
mean, we,
I know,
we
y'all
have,
got questions of where some of them went, but I'd be glad to sit down, I think, Donnie, I'll come up with about 5 or 6 more loads for you there, but.
I know we've had Christmas and all this, people's been off, but, I mean, we do this mostly every month. Sometimes we have a special meeting, pay these bills. I mean, there's no reason why these rock clocks should be on our agenda when we.
I agree with you, but now Bridget's been
Make
sick,
two-
Bridget's been
two-
sick and,
I know they've been saying, I'm saying, but there's no excuse, you got, there's a month in between when we pay these bills, it should be on the agenda, and it should be.
and again,
That's where they went.
and it's hard, and again, if it ain't wrote down, it's hard for me to try to come up, but I think we can sit down and get with David and Ken and the rest of them and figure out where.
I drove a truck
I think
25
we
years,
come
that's the
up
first thing you do, when you haul a load, you put that where you
I
going.
agree, I agree. But we need to pay our gravel bill, and I mean, we've got it, and it's $11,400.72. And we pay September, there it is, January, and, October, and November, December. Roy Elphie made a motion, I want to second that motion. Any more?
No.
Ellis Cantor? Again, we've got the gravel, I mean, all know we've got the gravel.
Yeah, I mean, like I said there, I've got 2 loads. You know,
Yeah, but how many more did we figure up there? How much we figure up there? About 4 more. We're about 4 more.
Well,
It's nothing.
It's like first day you swore for.
Everything else though.
he always say, if it ain't broke down, it ain't done, so.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and, Donnie Bush. No, I said Ellis Cantor.
No.
Donnie Bush,
No.
Roy Elphie. I vote aye also. Matthew says we got a bill, and I don't think you've got in his packet, it's September, everything
Yeah.
Bridget ended up putting in her system.
It wasn't even that part,
It
it was something else, this bill actually went out, but something didn't, I don't have to pay it. Their system didn't match ours, and since every line item didn't match, because we put multiple on one check, they sent the whole check back and said, we won't touch it.
Oh,
So they want us to, like, I've already done all the work to check, to make sure, double check everything, but now we gotta reissue it, so we gotta
September.
yeah, it was in September, that's what the September bill is, that's the only thing that one is. We paid September. There was a problem with one of them, they sent part of it back.
I'll make that motion. Second.
okay, we're making a motion to pay September's Hinkle bill.
Yes.
Who made that motion, Donnie? You second that?
Yes.
Any more? Ellis Cantor? Donnie Bush? Well, okay, you all wanna pay the gravel bill that's marked in your district, or you want me to go in and get them all filled out and you look at them?
I honestly hate to not pay this gravel bill. I do.
We know,
But
we know we've got
they
the
need the
gravel.
money too. But this stuff's gonna have to be straightened out, these names gonna have to be put on the tickets, right? I'm getting hard to sit here
Okay.
agreeing to pay these and nothing gets done about
Okay,
it.
I'm
We've
gonna,
told you about
I'm
this
gonna
stuff,
agree
but
with
still
you.
keep happening.
But again, I asked you for last month, turn your roads in, and I got a road warrant from each one of y'all, except for Roy Oakley, and I got about 5 or 6 roads in there. Look,
I turned in my roads to you, but you say it's in good shape.
Okay,
That's your decision.
well, I ain't saying they got potholes in it, which you know, that you take
Well,
1
yeah, but it's your decision
Well,
whether that road needs to be gravel or not. There's nothing I can do about that, okay?
you turned
Okay.
it in. Well, you did tell me about it, and I got it on the list, I have a Prater
A
call,
month
and
or
I
two
was short
ago,
about
right, you know,
that
that,
other month.
but anyway, I mean,
But we need to pay her for gravel,
I
we need
agree,
to pay
I
her
agree,
bill.
I hate to do heck of a
And
lot.
you know them boys ain't going down there and getting gravel, and just taking it and piling it somewhere, and half of her ticket sure ain't got anything on it, but I think we found about half of them a while ago, but I mean, I don't care a bit to try to sit down and go over it with you boys. But we need to pay her bill, and I mean, this will be 3 months, I'm sure they send a bill in every month, we should have a gravel bill every
Last
month,
regular month,
and I agree with Donnie on that.
last special meeting, we paid 3 months.
Yeah, we did, that just last couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, we owe the gravel bill, we need to pay our bills, but if y'all don't wanna pay it, But I'm gonna put it back up for vote again.
And while we're on this, before you change the subject, let's go ahead and pay this migrant lumber bill that we voted that guy for however long.
You turned the thing in, it ain't an invoice, you just give it to me last month, and don't act like you turned it a long time ago.
It's been sitting.
No, 2 months.
It's been a long time.
Last month, after you get short, they gotta get an invoice.
Bill
Just a
3
blank
year
paper
old.
with a
That
amount on
bill's
it.
2 or 3 years old, boys.
I thought it was.
19, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a couple years old.
Yeah,
We're
19.
on 3.
Yeah, it's a couple years old,
What
but
do you mean, what they give you is not what you.
An invoice, you can't pay off the invoice, we can't pay off the statement.
it wasn't, I thought it was an invoice.
No, I got them in there today, so Joey, come in there, so you're trying to.
So it's a
What they
statement?
sure, yeah, they got a statement on it either.
The invoice got what got the total price, the one after.
But they got invoice in it, no, I ain't getting on this, I'm sure to you.
Let's see what you got.
Yeah,
Let's see what you got.
so.
That might be different from what I got.
They submitted the bill.
Oh, you just want to
I
give it
gave
to us.
him what you gave me.
Let's see if we look.
Oh, you want to see the bill?
Yeah, we'll let Brandon make that decision.
It ain't the invoice, I'm telling you.
Well, I mean, it needs to be paid, that's been 3 years, and it ain't them guys' fault what went on.
I wasn't in here on the executive session, so I'm guessing just because the logs aren't great on the gravel.
Yeah. Oh, we had to just get.
They ain't never, they ain't never straight on the gravel. Them ones on sign berm, I ain't about to buy you shit. You do what you want. Until they change it,
We argue about this about every time.
I ain't gonna argue, I'm just, open up. Sorry, everybody needs their money, I agree, but you need to know where your stuff's going to. When you ain't getting nothing, why does it matter? They graded about 4 of my roads, yeah, and I told them every time they won't touch it. You right up there in Harris Creek, you see gravel, the mud all
Let's
in it.
pay it this time and give them one more time.
Still good. I've already known that.
If I'm ready to hold it, we will say. That's.
Maybe you might have, well, I don't even code it to know where to pay it.
One is 11/18, and they got an invoice on it at all, and that one don't either. This one here ain't got a date on it. And there's the other one.
This is sales.
Yeah, but it ain't an invoice, sold to.
There was something, I must remember.
We know the amount, why can't you?
You gotta have an invoice, you gotta have an invoice before we pay anything. We don't ever pay nothing on the statement,
I mean, that's.
or, I mean, that's our blank invoice.
We can vote to do it
We can both pay that, I mean,
if
that's
you
just
all,
the same thing as they gonna.
And then call
That
them,
needs
see
to
if
be
they
paid.
call.
Well, and don't sit there and say anything, cause y'all was the one who voted not to pay that. That bit right there.
We couldn't in the beginning, or because of, you know, whatever, that's the reason.
Took the situation.
And it's really still for it, I mean, that's still, that's what we're supposed to go on January 10th.
we can vote to, actually, we can vote to pay it and then,
Get them sent the invoice.
yeah, upon receipt of invoice.
Okay, what's the total amount on both of them? 11/18,
6/19/70 and 17/38/50. Yeah.
1738.50.
Yeah.
Mayor Norman, Joe, or what's it say, Bob?
Joe Maggard Logging Company, or they do DBAs, Maggard.
Okay, we need to get the invoice from
Yeah,
him.
so upon receipt of invoice,
How much was it, man?
$1,738.50, is what you said, man?
yeah.
To go ahead and make a motion to pay that and pay the $11,400.52 gravel bill. Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Did you see it?
Yeah. I'm gonna do it this time, now if this keeps up, I'm gonna get where I ain't gonna pay it now, that's just the way it is.
That's fair enough.
I mean, that's,
And I agree, you need to know what district you're in, and I think we can sit down and go over it with you. I know they got 2 loads down here at Jones's Range. They gravelled that from the road all the way to the end, and I know it took 1 or 2 loads of gravel. Okay, Ellison makes, Donnie Bush, Roy Oakley, Ray Moore, Hill Simpson. Make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
motion, Christmas time, right?
Same as yet, next month.
Ray Moore,
Aye.
Ellis Cantor,
Aye.
Donnie Bush,
Aye.
Noel.
Uh,